Yo, you now rocking live with the big homie Madman UNG radio station, man. That is the one and only Melly Mel, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. On a Tuesday night, you know what I'm saying? That's the message for the evening, for my peoples. Y'all know what it is. We're in the building, man, with a special guest, Silhouette the Poet. All right, an independent entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying, from Long Beach, California, the owner, the CEO of the Family Legacy. Got brand new groups coming out, KK, KJ, Rebel Ali, and her brand new album herself. You know what I'm saying? Featuring Cyan. I missed the cut, but hey, we in this joint. We gonna support it to the end. Silhouette, what up, big homie?
Man, what's going on, bro?
Yo, we in here. Thanks for coming in.
Sure. Always supporting UNG.
Appreciate you so much. Man. You know what I'm saying? We in the game. You know what I mean? Hey, I know you want to talk to your fans and let them know what you got for them since we in the station.
Man, first female caller. I got a Silhouette the Poet T-shirt. Lime green, with my logo on the front.
Oh, the front.
And then my initials on the back, the NY with the NYA with the praying hands. So first female call in, we're gonna send this to you. Got you.
You know what I'm saying? UNG radio station for the people.
Show some love for the people.
That's right. They know what it is already. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
This how we do it over here. You know what I'm saying? And the number is 706-940-9505. All right, we need our peoples to rock with us, you know what I'm saying, tonight on The Truth. You got anything special you'd like to talk about? We talk about real issues over here every Tuesday night.
You know what? I just want to, I think that just us being down for each other and instead of not allowing, or helping everybody, each other, receive and get to our greater goal.
Okay.
A lot of times what we have a tendency to do is if I have an outlet to be able to let you come in or a platform, I feel intimidated by what you bring to the table. I may not be that one to bring you on.
Oh, we gotta cut that out.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think that a lot of times if we look at it as a business aspect,
right.
From a business aspect, say for instance, I see an individual who has the capability of being a star. You can take that person and mold that person,
right,
and assist that person in achieving their goals. Because a lot of times it don't always have to be about money, but it can also be about the barter system, and that's basically how we did back in the day. We bartered, we made things happen,
right.
And we just got to learn how to look out for one another and not feel like everything is a competitive sport with each other. Because I only compete against myself.
I feel you. A lot of people are in competition, and I think that's what the problem is. This competition. There's enough blessings out here for everybody. God got a lane for each individual, you know what I mean? So I think that a lot of people need to chill out with that right there and learn to work together, and we'll get somewhere, I think that's what the problem is. If we work together, we'll win. You got people waving at you. Once again, we live on the radio, and we live on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter at the same time. So while we live on the radio right here and on Instagram, if anybody say anything to you, you can turn that way and talk to them, Silhouette. Wave at them, because them is your people. Because some people get intimidated, like you said. They might not want to call. They might want to hit you online on Instagram and say
That's
hi.
Fine. That's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Poetry. I want to ask, when did you get involved with poetry?
Wow, you know what? I got introduced to poetry when I was in middle school.
Middle school?
And I used to be in kind of like in all those upper mobility, those upper classes literature. And so I got introduced to Langston Hughes, and so I was kind of different from all the other kids. I used to go to the library when we had recess or breaks. I go to the library and sit in the library and I just read books. And I would read Conte Cullen, and I would read books on Gordon Parks. And I just like books. And then I grew up in a family where 6 of my 7 brothers were all older than me. And so they all were.
You got 7 brothers?
I have 7 brothers.
Wow.
Only girl.
Only girl.
Only girl.
That's deep.
Real talk. Born and raised in Long Beach, and poetry was like an outlet for me. It became my outlet. To escape a lot of different things. The shootings in the neighborhood. Gang banging, just a lot of different things. And so I just really started writing, and it turned into something different.
Wow. Wow.
But of course, I was rocking with UNG back in the day. I was T-Letter Lyrical Assassin, so I was, doing my little rebel rapping. And but when the culture of rap began to change, and you know, they weren't too much talking about the consciousness, I switched gears.
Hey, the consciousness is a trip right now, because if you drop something conscious in this day and time, you might not get played. So since you brought that up, let's go hard, and I want to ask how you feel about that right now, because the industry is kind of watered down.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
a lot of people don't even really kick poetry on music no more. They don't got no Def Jam poetry, nothing. You know what I'm saying?
They don't really kick lyrics anymore.
They don't even kick lyrics.
Stuff with, you know, with something with some depth to it. You know, a lot of people always saying stay woke, stay woke. I never been one of those people to believe in that stay woke. I'm staying conscious.
That's right.
Because I have knowledge of self, and I've always had that. And I think that what it is we have to make a change.
Okay.
Because we control a lot of the things that's going on in the media, but with our music, it's our music. So if we always continue to say, oh, well, it's their time to do this type of music and it's their time to do that type of music, and we just lay back and allow any and everybody just to talk about anything they want, then we're just sitting back letting them happen. Because we can always, no matter what, you're always going to have that format where, okay, look, this is what I want to do.
Right.
Because everyone is not the same. You know what I mean? So I don't believe that we should just sit back and wait till another turn it come around again till we have another Ice Cube, another Public Enemy,
Right.
you know, Crooked I. Crooked I ain't going nowhere.
I got you.
You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, even to listen to some real hip hop, you know, it's not really hip hop.
I got you. Right now, I don't know what to call it, you know what I mean? But it had a lot of the BS rap is starting to fade on out, and people starting to get back to the reality of hip hop / R&B / poetry, even comedy, even television shows. Because at once, if you notice, we used to have, back in the 80s and early 90s, we had, even in the 70s, we had a bunch of black TV shows, from Good Times, Sanford and Son, it went to Martin Lawrence, it went to The Rock, it went to Mr. Cooper, Jamie Foxx. We had so many good TV shows. And then at nighttime, you could watch Video Soul, Rap City, comedy with the BET comedy, the Def Jam comedy, Def Jam poetry. We had so much going on.
VH1.
So now, yeah, they done eliminated all that, and they put it on YouTube so they can be in control of what is getting seen and played and heard. So your child or my child, when they go to school, they won't hear certain messages. They only get the American message, and then when they come home, they might not. They'll send them home with homework to distract them, and most of the parents be tired coming home from work, so they ain't got time to sit down with the child and tell them the real. So right now, PlayStation and the government / school is raising our children. So a person like you that got poetry with this knowledge, going on tour right now, and you pushing your new album is very important.
Definitely.
So me, I got to get your music out there on my tip as far as our platform to help push that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So us together is a perfect thing, working this out. We need our peoples out there to check it out. Give them a site where they can go and get your new music at.
Well, right now it's not out right now, but it's going to be on the Family
single.
Legacy. The single is the single that I have out is with Cyan, and it's I'm Losing Myself, and you can cop that on Spotify. It's even playing on Pandora. You can go on any any music media site, and you can purchase it. You can listen to it on YouTube. We will be doing the video in January. I think when Cyan comes out here to the award show, we're gonna film the I'm Losing Myself video. It's kind of been a lot in demand, and that's real hip hop.
It is, because Cyan go off on it.
Yeah, it's real hip hop. It's true hip hop, and it has meaning and substance behind it. And it's something that mostly everyone can relate to. You know, you're losing yourself. I'm going through all these different changes, and you know, sometimes we just get caught up, and we don't know how to find ourselves. You know, we do have a lot of, you know, not purposely mental issues in the families, and in Black America we do. You know, so a lot of times, and you know, I hear a lot of people say, "Man, I'm crazy. I'm crazy." That ain't true, because a real crazy person do not believe they're crazy. You know, but I think that what we have to do is we have to work hard at really bringing some new type of music with some substance to our kids. You know, with some lyrics that really have a lot of substance. It's okay to have the fun music, you know, but I'm not really about advertising somebody else's stuff like Gucci and Louis and all that. I'm not about doing all of that, because you're not even getting paid for that advertisement.
That's the truth.
You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, right now, you know, you can have that type of music, but we can have this. It doesn't have to be like, oh, just for this era, we just gonna have what they call mumble rap. Okay,
Right,
in this
okay.
era we gonna have gangster rap. In this era we just gonna have that. No, we can have all of that.
That's true.
It's a goulash. We can have
That's true.
everything that we want, but we have to be willing to ensure that we're releasing enough information, and we have the right type of artists that you know that can release that, and we don't have to just depend on them to show us stuff. You got this show right here.
That's right.
You know what I mean? This is independent radio station, and you play music of artists that never been heard before. You
True,
know, and
true.
we need to get the listens and the views up here.
Right, and I need also people to know what she just said earlier. She has a new clothing line. It's the name of her company is called Family Legacy. Now she has a clothing line, Family Legacy, and she brought us some clothes, and she's been showcasing it. We've been talking about it, and you should tell people where they can get this line at, or how they can get in contact with you to get it.
Well, you can contact me at silhouettethepoet.tfl@gmail.com. I will be having some more t-shirts. I have some really nice t-shirts out. I'm just working on a line right now, so we're still getting it off the ground. But I will be posting some the t-shirts, the different type of t-shirts on my webpage. So once everything is up and running, because right now I'm just marketing, getting all my marketing together.
Yeah, paperwork, straight, everything.
Getting all the paperwork together, and it is a task, but it's fun because I'm grinding, and I'm teaching my daughters, my sons, my nieces, my nephews. I'm teaching them the business. I'm teaching them how to to do everything. I'm teaching them how to write a vision statement, how to write a mission statement, and that so that you'll be able to you'll know where your company is going, because a lot of you can't just jump into something and say I don't have a vision. What is your vision?
Right.
And so really my real goal is to just teach them, and then I just step back
I got you.
and allow them the opportunity to run the company. I have a little nephew. He just turned 18. He played the keyboards, and he playing the keys on my new release single, Free. That single will also be featured on a film called The Staff, and that's in production right now. So, like I said, there are different avenues for us to do positive things.
You got a lot
positive
going.
music.
You come from a musical family.
Yeah.
A lot of your family that I've met, they very involved with music. Your brother Kareem. And shout out Kareem, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah. Shout out KJ.
KJ he got y'all need to check out KK. This brother got beats and rap. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get him because he's in the streets. He's a street cat, but he got real beats and real lyrics. And then KK, she just fire,
venomous.
You know what I'm saying?
Venomous. I got Rebel Ali. I have Khalil on keys. He's playing the keyboards. We got Potty Mouth Pete. And then everybody in the family is really doing something. My daughter is doing lashes, so she got her own business doing lashes. Another one doing eyebrows. Another one doing hair. So really just
independent entrepreneurs.
Man, and they don't want to work for anyone, and I'm not really encouraging them to. There's no such thing to me as a good job.
Right.
A good job is when you have your own business and you're creating an avenue for yourself and creating monies for yourself.
Right.
And so
I always say if you at least work for others for 8 hours a day, at least come home and focus on yourself for at least 1 or 2 hours.
I definitely put in a good 8 hours at my job every day, but to me, my job is not a job. I love doing it. I help veterans that are homeless.
You help veterans and homeless folks. That's like a blessing.
Help them get housing, education. I'm constantly guiding them. And a lot of people don't know what I do. They don't know. I do all of this with the music and the entertainment and book writing. But I'm also a vocational rehabilitation specialist.
Is it okay if we speak about that for a second?
Yeah.
All right. For those that don't know, UNG radio station, we broadcast live out of the city of LA. We in Los Angeles right now, and if you've never been here, or you've been here, or you live here, the homeless population in Los Angeles is probably #1 in the world.
Yes.
Probably New York, LA, Chicago, but I know LA is horrible because we got the most people in the world in this place right here, y'all.
And then we have a lot of people that leave their states for the cold to come here.
Right.
So it's an influx as well. And me being a veteran from the United States Army, I just, it makes me feel some type of way. You go and you serve, and you homeless. That should not be homelessness, and being a veteran should not be synonymous. It should not be. And
it also goes to a lot of these kids who ain't paying no attention in school. And when they get out of school, all they know how to do is get these little raggedy jobs, and they got this attitude that they don't want to work it, not knowing if you'd have paid attention when you was in school, you could have beat this man at his own game. And I hate to say it, like you said, a good job don't mean it's necessarily a good job.
Right.
But, you know, to beat the homelessness is better than nothing. Because, you know, it's sad pulling up on the freeway. You see an older black man asking you got a quarter. You go to the liquor store, people in front of the store, McDonald's, a woman with 3 babies. Can you please help us get a room for the night? You know, that is outrageous. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should reach out to Silhouette the Poet. She got resources that can help you get off the streets, whether it be shelter, whether she can find out what situation you're in.
Job training.
Yeah,
job training. Vocational training, even the military. A lot of people don't think that the military is a way to go, but it was for me because, you know, when I went in, I mean, you know, shoot, I came from out of a homeless state, you know, and even though I have family, you know, everyone's not in that position to be able to help you to get past and get through the things you're going through. Right. So I had a lot of different barriers. But one of the barriers that I didn't have was I didn't have a criminal record.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You know, and I didn't want to go, and I knew that by all means it could have been easily that I had it. You know, I was a pistol toting.
Oh yeah, don't go there. I forgot all about that. This is the truth. When I first met Silhouette, she could break the pistols down, top to bottom. She used to come to we used to have these meetings on Friday nights out in Long Beach at the Huru Salsa, and you know, brothers be like, I'm from the hood, I do this and do that. So we used to put them to the test. We'd be like, yo, on Friday night, come down here, dress in black, we finna go represent, we finna go do some things. Man. And Silhouette used to come through like, yo, this is a hand grenade, and this is a 38, and this is an AK. And then the cats be like, yo, man, this sister's off the chain, man. And,
military taught me well.
Some people talking but don't walk it, you know what I mean? And then there's a lot of people that go to the service and learn how to do these militant things and never come back and teach us nothing. You know what I'm saying? So if you coming back sharing that knowledge, it helped a lot of people out, like Khalik, like Kyrie, you know, Elijah. Elijah, he was very militant himself because he went to college. He was a black lawyer. You know, he had the Black Law Institute. He would only take black cases, and he was helping a lot. For those who don't know, Elijah Asante was powerful. He was like right up underneath Johnny Cochran. If they didn't call Johnny, they would call Elijah. And we all worked with Elijah at the Huru Salsa bookstore out of Long Beach. So our clique was tight.
Our clique,
You know, we had the UNG clique, the Huru Salsa clique. Matter of fact, we had a song that we played earlier today on Silhouette the Poet. It's called "Killing All You Devils."
Ooh-wee. Wow.
That song right there was.
I'm still there, but it's a different level.
You're a different level.
It's a different level
professional now.
Yeah, but it's
That was your anger.
Yeah, because look at what we was going through.
True.
You know,
True.
I mean, we even today.
But let me say one thing. For those who don't know, when she made this song and what she said we was going through, this was in 1992 in the riot states. When we was riots in LA, everybody was mad, so we was making these wild songs that's going down, all this killer crazy music. And,
man,
you know, we was really going hard on folks, and that's where you come from.
Yes.
And that's the reason why your album right now, is listening to it, hey, I can't wait till people to hear it.
Man.
You know? We need Jimmy Jam to check this out. We need Russell Simmons. Y'all got to get up on this right here. It's
incredible. Like, I made, like, out of the 11 tracks, I made 3. I produced 3 on my own, and my little nephew, 17-year-old nephew, he did 3. My nephew, Rebel Ali, he did like 3. So it is a collective.
A family,
yeah, man. It's great because it's like it take you through different avenues and stuff. It's gonna take you on like a roller coaster ride.
Wow.
You know, and it's not just you know, I got some love stuff on there. I'm kind of like at one end of the spectrum or the other. You know, but I'm talking about, you know, the realities of life and the things that we go through, and talking about love and the things we go. I got fun stuff, you know, catching feelings, and
we missing on that right now. Even though in the 90s when we was rapping hardcore rap, we still had SWV and JJ Fad and Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige guided us through the hard times.
She did.
We banged Ice Cube. Ice Cube was like, F the police, and then Mary J. at the end of the night, she was like, reminisce. Or, you know what I'm saying, I really love my man. We gotta get back to a balance. Yeah, we had a balance. Yeah. Right now, it's all about just turned up, you know what I'm saying, pop a pill, and people really losing control.
10 lyrics, 10 words, and that's it. That's the whole song.
Hey, I seen a song on the video the other day where a guy did like maybe 10 bars. He didn't do 16.
Man.
And then the beat went off and bam, this guy got 1.5 million views. I was like, that what music is coming to? I
Craft is different now, you know what I mean? The craft, that's like I'm at home making some real macaroni and cheese, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing the real, but somebody else come through with the little box with the craft, like pow, boom, bam, throw theirs in there. Mine's, I'm gonna let it simmer for a little
That's
while.
right.
I shredded up the 3 different cheeses
That's
and
right.
let my eggs sit out, my milk, you know,
Put
and they
your
just
heart
come
in
in, bam.
Yeah.
And like, oh my God, this is beautiful. Oh, it's so tasty, you know.
Right.
So, but we really got to get back to, you know, you had said something earlier that and not to discredit what you said, but really the truth about everything is that we really need to get our kids back.
True.
You know, I think that, you know, the schools are not going to teach our kids the things that they need to know to be successful in life. And so, you know, right now I'm actually working on starting a rites of passage in Long Beach.
Wow.
And you know, and that's not just a rites of passage. A lot of times, you know, you look at the rites of passages when you're going into the adulthood, but
Okay.
I think that we need it for our youth and for some of our adults who got lost along the way, because there are different avenues that they can take. School is only going to show you so much. Every child doesn't learn at the same level and the same time.
Right.
You know, when my kids were growing up, for like 2.5 years, 3 years, I actually homeschooled my children.
That's what's up.
And I did an accelerated Christian education, but I homeschooled them. And so when they did go back into the school system, they thought they were some little geniuses.
When you did this, were they in the junior high school or high school or elementary?
Elementary.
Elementary?
They were in elementary school because I had to capture them right then and there. And then my son, Rashad, he had fell far behind.
Okay.
And you know that with the black males, they, you know, the education of the black male, we just want you to get through. Because we know once you get through, the next door you might go through might be a gate.
Right.
You know, an iron gate. But so I pulled him out of school, and his scores were really low, and his reading wasn't that well. His comprehension wasn't well, of course.
Because you're not interested. You know,
not
English is
interested
not
in
our
none of
first
that.
language. You know what I'm saying?
But we master everything that we do, because
That's true.
what most people don't understand is the key to understanding the completion of life and everything going on is through mathematics.
Reading and mathematics is very important for us. You know, you can make it in life if you can read and count. All right, and when you're driving down the street, you see a stop sign or you see the green lights, you got to know your speed. You're going 35 miles an hour. You got to read, and you don't want to get a check and you don't know the numbers on it to cash it. You know what I'm saying? You get robbed. You got a $10 check. You go into the check cashing place or a bank, and they give you $4 back. You need to know how to count, y'all. It's very important. You know, we just can't be sitting out here just thumbing our thumbs, not paying attention,
Not at
because they
all.
getting over on us. And with that right there, I don't like the credit game. I don't like PayPal. I don't like Cash App. I don't like none of that stuff, because people don't know. They say, hey man, I donated $100 to UNG Radio on your PayPal. And then I'll go to PayPal and it says you only got $50. I would never know. Now,
Right,
the people
right.
told me
And
that they
that's
donated,
right,
but if
right.
they didn't tell me,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? We were going to GoFundMe page, and the page raised $7 million. If America sit back and say, yo, this guy raised $7 million on this page, before they gonna tell you that, they gonna take some of that money.
Yeah.
I don't trust them. I don't trust nothing that they talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
And it's deep right there. Plus,
And
like
everybody
you-
using it because everything's at our fingertips right now.
That's true.
So it's like, I don't have to go to the bank if I don't want to, so I don't have to burn gas. We become a lazy people. We've become
Everything
a
on the phone.
very lazy people. We're despondent. We're disassociated from each other.
Wow.
You know, our communications. You know, I mean, our kids are gonna be worse about learning how to read now because you know, LOL. You know, you're abbreviating everything, but
That's the truth. Plus, on your phone, it automatically fixes
it'll automatically
your-
start correcting
Yeah, yeah,
everything. You
yeah.
know, and I think that the main thing about our children really being able to be successful too is to have, you know, mentors. You know, and like me. Like, I made sure that I was the mentor for my children. I didn't want them to look outside of the household for a mentor.
That's right.
You know, so, you know, I went in the military, I got out, I went to school, I got an AA degree, then I went and got a bachelor's of science degree, then I went and got a master's degree. So I continue to show them, this is what you can do. You know, I'm not saying that, I'm not asking them to try to reach the bar as high as I am, but I want you to follow somewhere. I'm giving you a pathway.
Right.
So you know, of course, their influences are more on their peers, but at the same time, if we have mentors around our children, that are successful and they're actually seeing that. That's a great thing too.
That's
like,
deep you said that.
You know, when I grew up on the west side of Long Beach in Section 8 housing, and out of all the families we had about 30 families. It was no father in the home.
Wow.
It was all mothers. My mother,
I was on Section 8, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't even that. There were no fathers around. Right. You know what I mean?
I remember at one time. Well, I ain't gonna say at one time. It's still going on to this day. That housing authority Section 8 thing was created to keep the man out the house.
No, not the man, the black man.
Yeah, the black man, because they kept saying that no male father can be in the
right.
house. You can't get government. The woman can't get government assistance if your daddy's around and stuff like that.
No, it's the black daddy's around. I'm saying that. The reason why I'm saying that is because right. No,
damn.
The reason why I'm saying it too is because look, you know what? I have been fortunate to have worked in a lot of social services. I worked for the LA County Housing Authority.
Okay. And
in working for LA County Housing Authority, issue housing vouchers. They love to say that we're the ones who are receiving, but we're not.
I know.
You know, I really had, and I know I'll take some slack for this, but it was so many foreigners getting housing.
Wow. Like,
no joke. They would have their A card, and you know, we'd have to process it and get all their documents, and they were getting housing. We would have it was like, I'll say it's like 10 case managers. And so what they would do, we had piles and piles, like I'm talking about piles and piles of stacks of papers that we had that were that we had to go through and qualify these people, help qualify them to get, you know, Section 8. And really, to be truthful, whenever we had them, I used to sit out there, you know, and be like, well, there's no one out here that look like me.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so they can't do nothing to me now, but I'm gonna tell you what I did. I used to go through the stuff. I used to go through the packets and pull them out. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, you know what I mean? By the name. And then, so I remember one time I had like 20 vouchers to issue, and every one of them was for somebody that was black. So my supervisor came to me and he said, I'm confused. I said, what are you confused about?
What race was your supervisor?
He was a Hispanic.
But no, that's a brother.
But he was a good dude, you know. But what I'm saying is that we were not the majority of getting housing. And
it's still like that to this day.
Right, it's still like that. So you know, they make it seem as though we're utilizing a lot of the resources and the funds, but we're actually not. And they do have a tendency to allow outsiders to come in and reap benefits that we are not allowed to reap benefits from.
That's deep. You brought that up. This year, or maybe early in this year, remember Trump stopped food stamps, and a lot of people panicked. You know what I mean? Us as a people. I had an interview with a brother a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't know how he got to the station, but when he came here, he was sweating. So I was like, hey man, sit down for a minute and feel the air and breathe. He's like, man, I'm from Africa, man, I can deal with this, man. You know what I'm saying? I said, hey, I got some water for you. Hungry? And I fed him and got him some water. And he said, man, stop. Don't try to give me nothing else, man. He said, I'm good. All right, man. He said, people in America, man, too spoiled, man. You know what I mean? They got water coming out the faucet. You can take a bath right here. He said, man, in my country where I'm from, man, you got to walk to get the water still. You got to do this. He said, I'm very appreciative, man. You my boy, man. So I was like, it just made me think to myself. You know, we taking advantage of a lot of stuff and ain't really taking advantage of it. We just got the little Nike store down the street, so I can go down there and go get me some Nikes. You know what I'm saying? I know that in China they making this for 10 cents or $10. And they only making $3.
Right.
They dogging these people out. Then over here they want to sell it for $200, and then our kids is sweating each other at school. You know, oh man, you only paid $80 for your shoes, man. Mine cost $300. My daddy bought these for me for $300. You know, and that's ridiculous. You know, us as a whole, we got to get together. It's about to run. We about to run out of time. You know, Dick Gregory passed away. There ain't gonna be no more. Obama getting old. Jesse Jackson getting